What's up, y'all? This is your boy Eddie Jackson. Welcome back to the Drop That Podcast, where we got wrestling talk. Make sure y'all subscribe to our number one sponsor. That's Layback TV. Okay, check them out. LAYBACKTV.com is the best streaming service, best network, over 10,000 channels, movies on demand, every sports channel. You can watch all your pay-per-views, multiple HBOs, so you ain't gotta go to the other guys. You know who the fuck I'm talking to, okay? Now check them out. Layback TV and their Instagram, official Layback TV. Official _ Layback TV. Okay, excuse me. Now let's get into some wrestling talk because we are running out of time. Whoa! So Night of Champions went down this past weekend. Okay, we had Smackdown that obviously converted at Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, because it was the same location as Night of Champions, and it was interesting. I think the only interesting part of that was the promo with John Cena and CM Punk. That was fucking legendary. CM Punk doing his little John Cena doing his shtick. But CM Punk came and flipped, since John Cena took the pipe bomb, CM Punk, he took word life. And so instead of thugonomics, he took basic punkonomics. Did a whole rap. Now, being part of the music industry in some fashion, how do I grade CM Punk's performance on the words? It was a little bit dragging on some bars. The bar about, hiring his ex, that was hard. You're gonna lose to Kendrick because bitch, you're my Drake. Didn't see that one coming. There was one bar that he had that I think he messed up the words. It was the one that was referring to "you're not even in my class." I think he was supposed to switch the words so ass and class could be at the same bar. But well done. The setup of it, the jersey, the brass knuckles that say drug free. I think everything was dope. It definitely gave some movement from the crowd. So I was feeling it. Now, before we get into Raw that occurred, let's talk about Night of Champions, right? Night of Champions, holy shit. Now let's call this what it is. From my perspective of Night of Champions PLEs, is that there's supposed to be some champions in this fucking event. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they were starting to do Night of Champions pay-per-views and PLEs and so forth, they had multiple championship matches. I think this shouldn't have been Night of Champions. If this was going to be the case, they should have brought back the pay-per-view, the premium live event last year, King and Queen of the Ring. Because, one, Triple H and them brought back that pay-per-view, PLE. They haven't had it in years, since the late 90s, right? So, I thought it would have been more convenient to do it, since you did it last year in Saudi Arabia. Bring it back. It's you got a King and Queen finals and only 2 championship matches. So what's the point of having it? You know what I mean? It was 6 matches, 2 championships, 2 tournament finals, and 2 regular singles competition. Made no sense to call it Night of Champions. I'm just saying. So I will give that an F in grade regarding regarding on calling it Night of Champions. I don't know why the fuck we needed to do that, but that's beside the point. So the match started, so the event started, match opener, student versus mentor, and that's the Viper Randy Orton in the finals for a second year in a row against his protege, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I thought the match started a little slow, but it picked up pretty fucking well later down. I think I had what I said, I forgot what I think my pick was going to be Cody. But I always said whoever loses this match, expect a heel turn soon. And it looked like we're getting teased that Randy's heel turn is coming. You know what I mean? I feel like his babyface run is dying down. They're always going to love the RKO, so this is without question. They're always going to sing his song, that's without question. I do love the entrance, but we'll get into that when it comes down to entrance. Do I got him as a top entrance? Yeah, I do. But I gave this match a 4.5, to be honest. You know what I mean? I felt like could have started off better. For a match that, Cody has never beaten Randy, but we've been anticipated, them in their primes, going at it. You know what I mean? Great shapes. Randy's a little limited on what he can do, judging by before he had spinal infusion surgery, which I feel bad for Randy because it's like, he's one of the greats, third generation wrestler and the most successful in his family. When Cody's music starts, wrestling has more than one royal family. That does include Orton's family. You know what I mean? His grandfather, his father, Bob Orton Sr., Bob Orton Jr., now Randy Orton, the 3 generations. So that includes Orton as well. But Cody got the win. It was a great match leading from the dry beginning going into it. It was really great. Multiple RKOs, multiple crossroads. It was pretty fucking dope. I would have to agree. I just felt like Randy's a little limited on what he can do, and I think maybe he needs to get more cerebral, but that's just me. So I rated that matchup 4.5. Second match was Rhea Ripley taking on Raquel Rodriguez, street fight. Great match. 2 people who basically have a lot of history, used to be close friends, NXT. 4.5 I gave it. Rhea Ripley, it's a bona fide fucking superstar. Shout out to mommy. She's killing the game. You know what I mean? Even when she doesn't have the title anymore, still kills the game. Third match, I gave was Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. I don't think that match was supposed to happen, but good thing it did. It was pretty entertaining. I gave that match a 4. Saudi Arabia loves Sami Zayn. They can't get enough of him. They love his music. They love his moves. They love his matches. So shout out to Sami. Fourth match was Jacob Fatu taking on Solo Sikoa for the U.S. title. I rated that a 4.5. I think it got off to a real late start, but it started to fucking pick up. Craziness. You know what I'm saying? Tonga Loa, the return of Tonga Loa, and Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga's little brother, who happens to be Big Brother, made his debut. Seems like the new bloodline is still going. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Solo Sikoa rebuilding that bloodline. I think they could call it now the Bloodline 4.0 or just Bloodline 4.0. And he has the U.S. Championship. He is the first man to defeat Jacob Fatu in singles competition. Jacob is no longer undefeated. Solo is finally getting his moment. New U.S. champion, first singles title on the main roster after being a part of it for 2, maybe 3 years now. Solo got it. Solo been growing. Damn. It's going to be interesting to see Jacob now allying with Jimmy, over there on Smackdown. Can't believe how that's going to come off, but that'd be interesting. So I graded out a 4.5. Great match, guys. Fifth match, Jade Cargill taking on Asuka for Queen of the Ring finals. I rated this a 3. I feel like we're just getting more and more miscommunication when it comes down to Jade's matches. I feel like they're produced well, they're just not executed well. And I really didn't like the whole Jade versus Asuka in the finals thing anyway. I didn't. I think that shouldn't have happened. It probably would have been more entertaining with Jade versus Raquel. You know what I mean? Like, giant like Amazon woman versus giant Amazon woman. Two beautiful physique women, beautiful, you know what I mean, great in the ring, you know, lots of power. I think this would have been a great match. I think it was a mixed match with Jade and Asuka, but that's just me. I guess you gotta give a little praise to Asuka coming back after missing out so long. But yeah, I feel like wasn't good. But Jade got it. Jade is the new queen of the ring. She's going on to face whoever is the WWE Women's Champion in SummerSlam. Wow. She's getting a moment. I feel like something's coming, though. I feel like if Jade was to pull off a win, I don't think that championship's going to last long. I just don't know who it's going to be, because we still got WWE Evolution for the women to come. So I want to see what that's going to be about. But Cody, I didn't mention this before, but Cody goes on to meet the undisputed WWE champion at SummerSlam as well. You know, since SummerSlam is 2 nights in Jersey. And the final match, CM Punk challenging John Cena for the undisputed WWE championship. I rated this a 5. I feel like this, even though they're past a little bit of their prime, they're older, more seasoned, I feel like I enjoyed this match more than anything. I think this is their number 1 match, and number 2 will probably be 2011 Money in the Bank. You know, love that match as well. But this takes the cake. You know what I'm saying? Like, multiple AAs, multiple GTSs, fucking knocking down the referee, fucking calling for a referee, but Seth and his boys coming out instead. You know, Seth Rollins looked like he's about to cash in, but then look at what it kind of weirdness happens. John Cena stops Charles Robinson from coming in, knocks him to the ground. You know what I'm saying? And fucking gets into a little argument with Seth where he gets attacked after giving an AA to Seth Rollins. It looked like it was John Cena coming for back into a baby face run. But then what happens? You know what I'm saying? Fucking a little confliction going on, trying to go for a GTS with CM Punk. Ends up getting hit with a briefcase by Seth Rollins. Gets thrown out. John Cena slick in there and gets the fucking win. Still champion. John Cena, the last real champion. That's crazy. Great match. Shout out. I gave it a complete 5. 5 out of 5 stars. You know. And before we get out of here, let's touch base a little bit on Monday Night Raw. Shout out to Finn Balor and JD McDonough defeating the New Day to become new World Tag Team Champions. Holy shit. Damn, that heel run of the New Day didn't really last long with the championships. Kind of interesting. I don't know, it felt a little dry after a while. I felt like it was going to be an opening for Big E to return, but I guess not. But now that JD McDonough... Oh, and Finn Balor gave the advice to Raw manager Adam Pearce and Smackdown manager Nick Aldis to upgrade Raquel and keeping the tag team championship, the women's tag championships, by adding Roxanne in Liv Morgan's place to be champs. And they agreed. So it's official. Every member of the Judgment Day have a championship belt. You got Raquel and Roxanne as women's tag champs, Finn Balor, JD McDonough as world tag champs, and you got Dominic Mysterio, who's the IC champion. Judgment Day is back on top. But it also came with a little catch that Raquel and Roxanne must go to WWE Evolution and defend the titles against a team of Raw, a tag team from Raw, a tag team from SmackDown, and a tag team from NXT in a fatal 4-way match. Crazy, but interesting. Rhea Ripley got challenged by Io Sky to defend the Women's World Championship at Evolution. I love it. Rhea has not beaten Io Sky yet. I feel like this is her last shot to go right into SummerSlam to defend the Women's World title. Let's see if Rhea could do it. I got a feeling they're gonna make that match possibly the main event. Possibly. I don't see anything else that could be that. But I feel like it could be. So if it is, they're gonna steal the show. As far as in the ring goes, they steal the show. So it's gonna be pretty dope. What else we got? I mean, we got a little friction when it came down to Gunther, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and then out of nowhere, LA Knight. So LA Knight, it looked like he's making his way to Raw because he's been on Raw pretty much, getting into Seth, Braun, and Bronson's business. But they made it official. Saturday night's main event, LA Knight challenges Seth freaking Rollins. Good match. Long awaited. Finally to get to put it down. So I can't wait for that. But before we get out of here, we got the MVPs, entrance, and ring gear of the Night of Nine and Champions. So as far as MVP goes, I got Sami Zayn. Saudi loves him. And Seth freaking Rollins for stealing the show. Entrances of the night, I got Solo Sikoa, Rhea Ripley, Randy Orton doing the old school sprinkle fucking background that he used to do 20 years ago. Cody Rhodes, of course, and Seth freaking Rollins. Best entrances of the night. And ring gear, I got Solo Sikoa, Asuka, Jade Cargill, and Seth freaking Rollins with them flaming fucking custom suit. Awesome. So we're out of here, guys. That was Wrestling Talk. This is your boy Eddie Jax. You make sure you subscribe, like the page. You already know what the fuck to do. Like it if you like. Comment if you want. I fucking dare you. But you ain't gonna do it. Alright? Y'all peace. Be one.